me see if the view switch. There it goes.
Alright, I'm gonna restart the run in just a second. Good warm up. Alright, one more time. Beginning of 5.84 miles. Let me see if I can change views. Yeah! Good. Here it goes from the top. Whoa! All right. So eventually, I'm just running at 8 miles an hour. I'm doing a distance that is as close as I could find on the app to the 6.1 miles, which is associated with the regular distance triathlon. So right now I'm just gonna take it as fast as I go, whatever that is. Right now I'm at 8 miles an hour, but my goal by probably the end of the spring is to be able to do this run on the same treadmill at 12 miles an hour, the entire thing. So got some work to do. I think usually, like if this was earlier in the summer when I still trained for my Ironman, I would not be out of breath right now. But it's been a little bit of a break, alright. Just enjoy the scenery for a second. So my hope is to schedule these in advance moving forward. Today was really the first time just get everything working at once, which not a little feat. Yeah, but Rouvy just came out with some really cool stuff, especially for the cycling mode. So they have something they're introducing called Omni mode for 360 video. You'll be able to not just look in front on the stable video, but also look behind, or just stop and see everything. So that should be really cool. Now the running is still in its beta, so people can access it for free, download it, use it. But some of the limitations right now are the avatars you have. For example, you can see the guy I have is the only guy that you can choose from. Does not look like me, unfortunately. But also, one of the other things you can't do yet is run with other people. I mean, apart from like with a live stream like this, but within the software itself, you know, see other people in front of you or behind you catching up or running alongside. So I've been in a little bit of a lull as far as training goes recently. Just after the the biggest endurance season I've done yet. I just needed almost 2 months now to recover. I feel like I actually have knees again. And been feeling way better for maybe 3 weeks now, so very, very happy for that. One of the advantages of this live streaming is that something were to happen, if I would fall off in my head or something, at least somebody would know. Honestly, it's kind of a concern when you're the only one. So I'd say for me, my current condition, this is a little bit of an aggressive run. Not as far as all out speed, but as far as like a tempo and sustainable for 5.84 miles. Yeah, but I hope to schedule these a little bit more in advance. Try out some of the different courses they got out in the software. Unfortunately, all my screens that I'm looking at of the software are so small I can't see how far I've gone or how much left is to go. All I see is 7:36 mile pace. Not bad. Good enough for the government. I had it out in my initial video that I started. I've done 5, just trying to get this one done, playing around with the live stream settings on YouTube. And my first one, I give credit to the music. I think I lost that in the shuffle in this final one. But definitely huge shout out, and I'll get that in the description once I can. I'm just gonna go a little slower for a second. Reset the heart rate. Reset the breathing. And then I'll find a good tempo pace again. Bear in mind, I haven't run in a little while. Nothing more than a mile for the past month and a half, 2 months. So this is kind of like a reference for me. I'm hoping the Javornik 5.84, I'll be able to do it regularly every few weeks or so and get an idea of, progress and where the fitness level is at, because that distance is ultimately the goal. Reset all the cramps. smooth with economy. Granted, this is awful slow. But my plan is to, first of all, not walk, but even more than that, to hold an average speed of at least 7 and see if I can continue to hold that 8 pretty soon. But lots of room for improvement on this treadmill. One of the reasons I got a 12-mile-per-hour treadmill. It's super quiet too. I'm really glad for that. Not as loud as this guy here, which I have been training on up to this point. It's got a lot of cushion in there, really easy on the knees, and unless you actually run smooth, at least previously it used to skip a little bit, so I took it as an opportunity to run with economy, as smooth as possible. All right, gonna take that back up. I'll go by 0.5 miles an hour, 6.5, then hold it. Yeah, I feel stupid out of shape, but it's that time of year too, so I think it's important to go into training not expecting what you're able to do at your peak, but just to train where you're at. And then once you're back into some sort of rhythm, some sort of repetitive cycle of runs or training blocks, then to focus on 3 different types of runs. And you cycle through those. You have an interval speed session to gain muscular strength, speed, top end range, helps to coordinate the skeletal system, all the muscles, the respiratory system. And you have your tempo run, which is training the threshold. So, either just below or maybe intentionally just above what the natural limit is of what you can sustain over a long period of time or a specified amount of time. And then the third run is a distance run. The point of that one is to not run hard. So it's definitely not tempo. It's going to feel slower. It might even feel easy. But just getting some volume, as in time, on your feet. Doing those repetitive motions, just so that your lowest threshold of what you're capable of begins to rise, so that your overall fitness begins to rise. And without that long run, you're not able to absorb any of the high intensity. So if you only did high intensity, you'd be able to do that all day long and you would just hammer yourself to the ground. So a lot of what training is first of all, learning what you're able to sustain over a long period of time. And more importantly, part of that is what actually helps you to develop and get better. Because you can have a large volume, do the most intense stuff, but if you're not able to rest and absorb it, you're going to get slower. All right, going up. 7. So like right now, my legs are just lazy. If I'd been doing volume this entire time, I wouldn't even feel the legs right now. Having a hard time just getting a higher cadence, which is steps per minute. That's so important for speed and efficiency, rather than long, walloping strides. I just learned more recently, actually, that whereas the legs are more closely tied to the nervous system of the spinal cord, the arms are controlled primarily by your brain's neurons. And what that means, as far as difference goes, is that it's easier to kind of get, just not to have to think about running in terms of your legs, but your arms can get tired. What that means for your arms is that you have to spend extra mental energy just to drive them forward and back. But if you can do that, it'll either help you to run more efficiently or with more power, faster, stronger. I'm at some sort of threshold here. Might be a lactate threshold, or it's just a little harder to keep up with the breathing. But that's okay. Kind of intend this as more of a tempo run and get this 5.84 miles done as quick as I can. Without the compromise of walking. Where it's always okay to walk if you need to, if anyone else is joining. One thing to keep in mind if you find yourself needing to walk is maybe structure it in. 1-minute walk, 3 minutes run. Or 3-minute walk, 1-minute run. It's a tough thing balancing out heart rate. Because sometimes your heart can just spike. You won't even know why. halfway there. You know, if you're watching and you're going at a different speed, it's possible to run. I guess that's the unique thing about doing it live. Running on treadmills is you can run with someone at a different pace. And that's okay. Just run for the amount of time. Feeling it. Body just wants to stop outright. Mental barrier. I suck, I know. Little pause button here. You gotta start somewhere. This is gonna be a good reference. I'm gonna look back to this and think, look how far. Look how far we've come. If you're able to keep running, sweet. You've outdone me. Again, this is in virtual Czech Republic, Jaborek. Nice country roads. Gonna add that 2% incline, keep the treadmill more realistic to the natural feel. Hold myself accountable to that in the future. goal is to be able to get this distance at a speed of 12 miles an hour. Once I get there, by the end of the indoor training season, take it outside, bring that 6.1 miles to about 32 minutes. Probably will not be able to get below anytime soon. A similar bike trail that I always run as reference. It's outdoor. There's hills in between. 5.51 miles. My best on that one is 40 and a half minutes. It was not this year. Did not make an attempt at my peak, but the year before. So that's roughly an average of about 6.5 minute miles. But the faster you run, the more exaggerated time cuts become. You get faster and faster. It gets harder and harder to shave seconds. And that's probably the point you want to start implementing a little bit more science, coaching, all that good stuff. Again, this is a tempo run, an awful tempo run at 6 miles an hour currently. Probably take it up a bit. Take it up to just 6.5. Won't go higher. See if I can hold it. Now the hope in the future is to have a couple people joining along. If I'm correct in this, I should be able to set up, no problem, a Zoom on the side and invite others to join. One step at a time, literally. Big difference for me this season, winter season as opposed to last. Did a lot of outdoor snow running. That's okay if you're just trying to build a base, but you definitely don't have full leg extension. The cold just makes your muscles contract in a not good way. You're just looking to change it up. Stay excited. It's a good thing to do. Woo. out of shape currently, no excuse. December 2nd. I'll take this as a warm-up into the actual training season. Last year I did a 10-month intensive ramp training block, and I just couldn't maintain the last month and a half. If I start now, it'd be 9 months to that race. Seven miles extra. But by the time you're in an actual race, 0.27 miles, quarter mile, that's a final sprint. Easy. No matter how tired you are, you'll be able to pull out a max, no problem. Whew. But not now. Once I finally get all the gizmos working together at the same time, I should be able to implement heart data too. Training by heart rate is its own golden chest of training development. Developing a strong heart. Now there's a difference that can be there. It's a difference between developing a strong heart and like a actually large heart. So I guess what it comes down to is efficiency versus large. Because you can have a smaller heart that just beats faster. Efficient, uses less energy. Or a large heart that you go to sleep at night and your heart goes down, heart rate goes down to like 37, 38. That's what happens when you do high volume. I've had that happen before. You feel like you're gonna die. Consistent heart rates at 39, 40, exactly. Not normal, not bad, just scary. When that happens, when you're kind of in that large heart state, is you kind of go through your day more, I don't want to say tired, but you come across as lethargic just because you're hardly working. Your heart is hardly pounding, so you really don't need to move. Well, you're able to execute some long, hard sessions. Is that the best way? I don't know. I don't know yet. Trying something different. All right, going back to 6. See how far that is exactly. If I'm walking, I might as well try and eat for a while. it for another 40 seconds. And try to recover at a slow run. That can be the best way to really develop just the ability to run non-stop. Do an interval of hard run. Can be short, but then train your body to recover at a slow run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to 6. Recover at a 6. So this whole talk as you go is a little bit new to me as far as describing the running itself. But hopefully with a little practice, I'll be able to actually plan out a little bit more structure. Something that's a little bit easier to participate in. Yeah, I'm really excited for this Rouvy running. Literally enjoying the scenery. Close my eyes and I tread my wood. If you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, lame run, you're not wrong. But I do have a really good handle on training blocks and where I know I can be. So be at a different level after a consistent amount of time. It's just how it works. It's kind of cool to be able to start here though, where everything feels hard. Unique opportunity. Also gaining a sense of how can I format this better. Change the EQ here and there on the audio. Get the screens to look just a certain way so you can actually see everything. Add some heart rate information. But then also, another thing to keep in mind is this beta version of Rouvy might actually get officially launched within the next training season. How cool would that be to mark that progress too? Full break. Don't know where that came from, but I'll take it. Let's see. Might be able to get this moving now. There we go. It's kind of cool. Try that. All right. Keep moving. Don't stop. Nice thing about running in the basement is it's a great way to heat the home too. Let's see. The heart rate is maybe that. There's no way it pulses 77. It feels more like 150. 162. All right. .3, about a mile and a half. It's going to be so satisfying breaking this 5.84 mile time. Then it's just going to get harder. Awesome. Cool thing is running for life is you never stop developing, getting better. Even if you start getting older and can't naturally run as fast as you could before, doesn't mean you can't get more efficient. Doesn't mean you can't run longer. Or if you really just never fully developed when you're younger, doesn't mean you can't get faster. And it's good to have multiple goals you can be proud of. For example, maybe the speed won't be the best at a certain time, but the fact that you're able to finish a workout, considering other outside circumstances, can be a huge success. You might be recovering from an injury. A slow run can be huge. even life can get crazy. And it can just be nice to unwind if running helps you unwind. It's opposite for me, but that's okay. It's okay to change up your reasons for running. It's okay to change up the way you run. Strategies, how you approach it. If you're just starting out, a run is a run is a run, and a walk is a walk. But once you start to develop running, if you really start getting an awareness at different speeds, you can train different gears, just like on a bike. Again, looking forward to this Javorek run, Czech Republic, to being kind of a reference for me at a distance that I'm training for. I've tried my hand in a whole bunch of different distances this past season. Everything from a 5K to a marathon to 41 miles of running in one day. Just fine-tuning this a little bit. Training program. Probably about a mile left. At an even 10-minute a mile. Not good, not bad. Not the fastest, not the slowest. Now, one thing they've done that's super cool on the cycling app in Rouvy is that when you finish your workout, you can save it, upload it to your Garmin Connect or your Strava or Training Peaks. All that data will show from your cycling workout, including the geography. So if you're doing a virtual ride in Czech Republic, it'll log in as a ride in Czech Republic. Cool thing about cycling that you don't get in running is that the resistance can change depending on incline if you have a smart trainer. And you don't get that in running. It's not even possible, considering you can't connect incline like that to a treadmill. You might be able to do workarounds, but I don't know them yet. next interval is going to be home to the finish. Hold myself accountable to it. Because this is not running. Yeah, I wish I could actually read the text. Can't read the screen from that far as what distance is left. But here it goes. I'm gonna hold a 7 all the way. Yeah, so what I'm using as far as Bluetooth sensor goes is a RUN. RUNN. Bluetooth module. Working super once you learn it. It's got to be half a mile. Maybe a tad more. It's like 2 sprints around a track. One of the things I'm also proud of, apart from this run, is learning how to tighten the belt of the treadmill. Very important skill. You can hurt yourself if the belt starts to slip on you. Again, going all the way to the finish. The more I tell myself that, the harder it is to do it. It's easier if you can just kind of get lost. But I am not feeling lost right now. I'm gonna tell myself 2 times around the track starting now, 800 meters. It's great to have different references that you can imagine. Because this Javorek run, it's the first time I'm doing it. I don't recognize anything. give up. I want to give up. What is it, 5.64? 0.2 miles. Less than a whole track. Punch it. It's a nice 8. Woo, I like this treadmill. It's quiet. Finish line is in sight. I wish I could see it better. Woo. No. Just gonna walk really quick or really slow. Not bad, and the software is cool. I've already stopped the time for me. Good stuff. All right, so plan from here is to schedule the next run. I should be able to do that way in advance and include in the title particular goal too. So whether it's an interval run, whether it's something like today, or whether it's something longer, probably be one of the 3 options there. This is a good ramp up to the season. Thank you for joining me. I'm excited to start at rock bottom. That's what it feels like. And just go uphill from here. All right. So if you like this, don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully it'll become a little bit more worth the while as time goes on. But again, this is new for me. It could be really cool to actually, rather than just talking through random things, just to actually talk through intervals and time, distance, speed, all that good stuff. And do it in such a way that it's super participatory. So, you have a good one.